Welcome to the first episode here at Pickup USA from Create the Space. I'm your host, Charles McCray. I want to introduce him first and give you his bio. He played high school ball at Manchester Memorial, Berwick Academy, to then competing at the NJCAA and NCAA level. After college, he became a certified NBA agent. My dog, working with collegiate and professional athletes, and now has brought his expertise as a trainer here at Pickup USA in Manchester, New Hampshire. Without further ado, I have Paul Rodolf. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man.
My guy, man.
Sure, good to see you.
Listen, before we start, man, like we've been chopping it up before the camera came on, man.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get you on here for a long time, and it's been a long time coming. Obviously, doing the pod, starting it and creating it. But I think since we've known each other, man, we've always had great conversations. Working here, man, is so fast paced.
Yeah.
So, we try to get in as much conversations as we needed to, man.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you, man, for coming on here and chopping it up with me, man. And again, I was joking with you when I posted last night. I mean, you got a lot of love from a lot of different people.
Great community out here.
And that shows the type of man you are, the type of person you are. And I just want to give you your flowers right now, man, before we get into it, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And shout out to you for starting this whole thing. Like, I'm all about people, being creative, doing different things out there. You know what I mean? So shout out to you. I'm an honor to be your first guest.
Yeah.
And man, let's have fun.
All right, man. So let's talk about young Paul growing up, bro. What type of kid were you, man? Were you a confident kid? Were you a quiet kid? How was young Paul growing up?
Man, I was just like, I was outside a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but not in a bad way, really. I just played basketball a lot growing up. I grew up in the inner city, like right around B Street. If you're from Manchester, you know where B Street is. Went to B Street Elementary School, so like there was like a park right down the street from my crib, and I remember ever since I was like a little kid, just going to the park, hooping, being around my friends, whoever was there, hooping with them, meeting kids at the school and stuff like that. So a lot of basketball, a lot of just kid stuff, nothing too crazy.
I think it's interesting you say that because I feel like that's changed over the years, man, especially in this generation here, man. A lot of kids don't go outside anymore and play basketball, man. And as a trainer, man, how do you feel about that when you drive past a park, let's say during the summertime, and you see the courts empty? What do you feel? How do you feel about that? And where do you think we can change as a basketball culture? How can we bring that type of style back to the game where kids are actually playing outside, having fun, and just competing at a high level?
Honestly, we just gotta encourage them more. Like, the thing is, like, I remember for me growing up, like, even as a trainer now, like, it's kind of contradicting, but like, I've always believed that like the best way to learn the game, the best way to get better is just by playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Playing against real bodies, playing against real people. You can train, put in as many hours as you want in the gym, but until you're like facing real defense, seeing real people in front of you, you won't actually get that real feel. And like for me, like, I started off in the parks, you know what I mean? I started off playing with like, playing 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 21.
21.
What's that other game called?
We got 21. What else we got? 50.
50 is 50. Sign out.
Sign out. I never played sign out. What's sign out?
Sign out. Huh?
What is that?
Sign out is one where like everyone's in the paint.
Yeah.
And then there's a person out. He shoots a shot. Whoever gets the closest rebound is then like 1-on-1. So then after that, you play 1-on-1. Whoever scores stays in. Loser goes out. So basically, like, it's continuous 1-on-1 until it's like 2 people left, and then.
Is it like King of the Court?
Basically.
Okay, so basically,
like, everyone's on the court, and if you get the rebound, whoever shot it and whoever got the rebound, play 1-on-1. Everyone else kind of just watches. You get it?
Oh,
it's hard. Yeah, it's
how old is that game? Because I'm older, obviously. I was just used to 50, 21. I never heard. What's it called?
Sign out.
Sign out?
I didn't play 50 really.
Oh, okay.
I know what 50 is.
You know what 50 is?
Yeah, but I was more of like a 21 and sign out.
Yeah.
The sign out that's just like 1-on-1 game. Plus you can't shoot in the paint.
Oh, you can't shoot in the paint.
Yeah, everything got to be outside the paint. So because everyone else that's playing the game is in the paint.
Oh, I see. Okay. So guys are competing.
Yeah, everyone's competing. So that's like real 1-on-1 game. You got to get your shot off.
Yeah.
And yeah, we played that. So that game, to me, it goes way back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you didn't. You know what I mean?
No. Like I said, 21 and 50 was like the two main games playing outside, man. Because those, you know, in 21, man, once you get to 19 and you gotta shoot from half court.
Everyone has their own version.
Everyone has their own
Some
version.
have like the free throw.
I never did the free throw. I always said you gotta shoot at half court, and if you make it at half court, that's game. Obviously.
To me, free throw's fair. Free throw's fair. Or three at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like when I was younger, like I said, I played in the parks a lot. I played with just random people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I got like older till I started playing like AAU, like middle schoolish. That's when I started like working with like coaches, working with trainers and stuff like that. But I feel like my foundation, and just how to play the game, that came from just being outside, being at the park. So I feel like the best way to get that back is just by like when kids are asking how to get better, just go outside.
Yeah.
Go to the park, go find some people, go play pickup. And just
stay off of social media, man.
I didn't get a phone till like 7th, 8th grade, so that was another thing too. You know,
so you've been around the game for a long time, bro, and I think you answered it a bit just now, but when did the game seem so real for you to start getting involved in it when you were young, or did it hit you later in life?
That's a good question. That's a real good question. So it's funny, like when I first started playing, like, you know, when you just got like a feel for it, like, you know, you got a feel for something. Like I knew I was naturally just, you know, talented at the game to begin with. And at first it was just something that I just loved. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I'm pretty good at this. 4th grade, I was the only 4th grader to make the school team.
Yeah.
All 5th graders, and again, I was in the inner city, so it was like a bunch of inner city kids.
Right.
So everyone's talented. So that kind of gave me confidence. Then 5th grade, it was my team, and I was the man on the team, so that gave me some more confidence. Then I would say it would probably, I'd probably say middle school. Middle school is when I started to feel like, all right, I think I can like do something with this.
How tall were you in middle school?
Man, I couldn't. Maybe like 5'6". 5'6". Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So your growth spurt, bro. Like you said, you were 5'6". Yeah. Right around that 5'6", 5'7", or 5'6".
5'6", yeah, around there.
Man, I've been 5'6" all my life, so it's good to hear that you grew. How tall are you right now?
I'm about 6'1".
So 6'1".
Yeah, about 6'1".
Bless your heart, bro. Bless your heart.
Appreciate
but you know, talk more about middle school, man. Like, at what point during your middle school season, because you said you played for your school team, right, in middle school, when did you feel like you were actually him, like you were ready to take it to that next level? Because obviously after middle school you're jumping right into high school, so at what point did you feel you were ready to get into the high school level?
So 6th grade I only made the B team. But we had a really good, like, we had a lot of good players at that school, so I wasn't too like discouraged by that. And we won a championship, so that's when I felt like I was pretty good, because I was a big piece on that team. Then I would say like that 8th grade going into 9th grade summer, that's when I think I kind of took that jump. I grew a little more. I was probably like maybe like 5'9" at that point. And my athleticism started to actually, you know, started to come in a little bit. I was faster than a lot of people. You know what I mean? That's when I started feeling a little more confident in my game. And that kind of just carried out through high school.
You then after middle school, and correct me if I'm wrong, you jumped right into high school and you played first at Memorial, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you went to NEPSAC. At Burr. What was the biggest difference, you know, of style of play during that time? What did you learn from like the different styles of play, if there was a different type of style? Because, you know, those are two different type of you know, basketball playing styles, in my opinion. So what did you pick off of that? So
NHIA, when I played, a lot of it was kind of like we kind of just threw the team together. Late or early December, you get like a week of practice or so, then you jump right into the games. So you're really using the games to like build that chemistry. You know, learn each other, learn plays, stuff like that. So, and then in NEPSAC, we start in like the fall.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? Like September, we're already playing pickup.
Yeah.
September, we're scrimmaging against each other, stuff like that. We're in the weight room and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're already building that team chemistry. We don't have like tryouts really.
Right.
The team is already like everyone knows.
So you're training like professionals. And stuff like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. So we're working out. Once the season's like officially starts, we already have like our play set. We know what we're doing. Everything is very like systematic.
Yeah.
So I would say just like the organization of it.
Yeah.
Helped a lot more because then you could like again learn your team, learn yourself, learn what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then with like that memorial, like I said, you kind of everyone just gets thrown out there. You got to figure it out as the season goes.
Right.
And that's why like almost every season that I was there, it wasn't till like the second half of the season to where we actually started like figuring things out. You know what I mean? Start putting things together.
Yeah.
And that was the only like negative about that.
And give shout outs to both your coaches, man. Give them a shout out right now to your coach at Berwick and
shout out Coach Quirk at Memorial High School. Shout out Coach Gibbs at Berwick. That was my second coach at Berwick. My first coach was Coach Marty.
Yeah.
He's the one that recruited me and got me out there. So shout out to both of them, man. All three of them. They all held it down and played a big role, you know, in my high school careers.
Yeah. So, give me the names of your coaches again. The two coaches.
From Berwick?
From Berwick and Memorial.
Memorial, the varsity coach was Coach Quirk.
Coach Quirk.
Quirk, yeah.
Quirk, yep.
And then at Berwick, Coach Marty Edwards is the one that recruited me, and then Coach Gibbs was the coach for my senior year.
So, can you give me at least one thing from each coach you took from as a player? Like, what did they help you learn with the game of basketball and how to become the best version of yourself?
That's a good question. So, Coach Marty, he was the coach that was like, instilled that confidence in me. He was the one that was like you're him.
Yeah.
Go be that guy. Go score. Go lead the conference in scoring. Go do all that. Yeah. So he gave me that confidence junior year because I reclassified my junior year.
Right.
So he gave me that confidence my second junior year to just like kill.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate him for that because to this day, that's why I still have that in me. If I didn't have that season at Berwick, that first season, I don't think I would have been the player that I was. And then kind of off that, my senior year, Coach Gibbs, he taught me how to like take all of that and like control it. You know what I mean? He taught me how to like be a dog, be a scorer, like be crazy, but at the same time be a leader with it. You know what I mean? Lead guys and turn that into wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just having that balance and having those two coaches back to back like that, and then just kind of putting that all together. Honestly, I feel like those 2 years are probably my best probably my best years of playing basketball.
And I noticed that like as I'm referencing here and watching you coach the YDL leagues here. It's interesting you say that. I see how you install that into certain players that you have on your team, the confidence you give them, and the way they play for you. I love the particular plays that you draw out for them sometimes, and when they execute it, I love your energy when they do. Make or miss. That's the most important part. A lot of coaches will draw up a play and they draw it up for them to make the shot. But execution. So I've seen this, when your team misses that shot or turn over the ball, you actually pick out and tell them, listen, you guys actually ran it right. It just happens, in basketball, you're gonna turn over the ball, you're gonna miss a shot, so it's just natural for that. But it's good that you mentioned that, and it's making me understand you a little bit more on your coaching style because you've learned from those particular coaches, because you're mixing in, you're telling your players, and I've seen it, be a dog, but then you're actually guiding them how to bring it all in and have control, bro. And shout out to both of your coaches, man, because it's so important. I think we lack that now, and I'm not trying to, put some negative light on this generation, because this generation is talented. They're dogs, but also I think that small part is what they're lacking just a bit, not understanding what they have. How many players that that are young that you've seen like, I see the potential in you, but you just need to know it. Now, obviously, a lot of kids lack confidence, or they're not getting that confidence from players, from their own teammates, from their coaches, from their parent. It's just like, it's like trickled down, and it's so important. I think for me, I've I've retired 2 years ago as coaching, and I was doing it for 14 years. The only thing that frustrated me as a coach, and you probably can relate, is to what I'm saying. Is like that 1 or 3 kids on your team, you know what they're capable of, but they're in practice not giving it their all. They're not giving it 100%. When they're going for a layup, they're trying to do too much instead of keep it simple. I think that was the most frustrating part for me, even though it's a small part, because the game of basketball, and you know this as a coach, once you're in it, you wish you, I don't know, let me know if you use this, because I used to use this to my teams. Hey, listen, if I could play out there with you guys, I will play with you guys. But that's not the case. I can't do it. I can't do it for you. I can't want it more than you. So I think that's what we need to continue to harp on with these kids now, because they need the confidence. They need it, because all of them, they see John Morant's, they see Jason Tatum's, they see Anthony Edwards. They want that, but they don't know or understand. Now, granted, those are NBA players, but you also, and we'll get into it too, you're an NBA agent, right? You have players overseas. My question for you is, do you think the younger generation should be looking at overseas players and studying their games? Because it's highlighted more of like, yes, we're looking at the NBA players and how they pick your favorite player and what they do great and what they don't. Like, do you think we should start putting that out there more for like overseas players to get more of like that attention from the younger generation to learn from? Because there's a lot of talented overseas players that obviously that overseas players trying to get to the league, that's what they're trying to do. But also there's a lot of killers out here that can hoop, that playing overseas. How do you feel about that? Do you think that should be more of a light as well?
I think we do need to study like different international players, because the way they play the game is just different. Like, their focus on the game, it's a lot different than how we approach the game. Like, I feel like a lot of times in the United States, like, we idolize one-on-one basketball. Isolation basketball, stuff like that. Whereas overseas, not only are they heavy on like fundamentals, but they're heavy on like team basketball. Right. So I remember when I was like out in Germany a few months ago, I actually got to watch some of their practices. And their individual work is like a lot of like actions, pick and roll, different options off of pick and rolls, different like screen work, stuff like that. It's not a lot of like bag work, like how we traditionally approach workouts. Over here, like, you put a cone down, do this move, whatever, attack here, do that, shoot from here, shoot from there. Whereas over there, they might do a little bit of that. Then it's a lot of like pick and roll, like, retreat dribble, attack this way, get it back, shoot. You know what I mean? Like, so it starts with not only with how we train the game, but also just like watching how, different international players just play. You know what I mean? So.
And I think also it's important what you said, that because sometimes this can get a bit boring when you just, like you said, set up a cone and tell your client that you're training, do a quick in and out, do it between the legs and shoot. It's important for the game, but that's why you see, it's interesting you say that. It's good you see the Lukas, how they play, and all the international players that play in the NBA. The style is so different, and it's an adjustment for them to adjust to the game here. It's probably the same way, like an American player going overseas, wherever they play, it's probably a whole new world. And it's faster, probably, it's more physical, you know what I'm saying? It's probably a lot of flopping, I would say, on both sides, international and here, but that's part of the game. Who in your life growing up did you look up to?
Man, I could attribute that to like a lot of people. But really, my family, really, like, I don't have like the cliche story. I had both parents. For sure. You know what I mean, in my life. That's great. Blessed to have that. I had a lot of siblings. 4 brothers, 1 sister. So big family. But if I was to really pinpoint one person, I really say my mom. Man, she just. Shout out mom. Yeah, man, she been through a lot. And just to hold us down. For her story coming to America, and then as soon as she came to America, just working several jobs, trying to get things done, and then eventually starting her own business. She owns a hair salon. She's been doing that since '06.
Yeah.
So that's like that's where I got my business inspiration from.
Right.
And just my I really attribute my my hard work. The way I approach everything in life, not just basketball, but just everything. I give that to my mom. Just how hard she worked and how dedicated she was and how resilient she was.
Yeah.
That just motivated me throughout my entire life. Really.
I see that, and again, man, it's great. And this is the part of the episode and the type of questions I like to ask, because it all started from somewhere, right? And you gave credit to your mom, man. And please give her a shout out, man. What's your mom's name, man? Tell
Martha, Ms. Martha Anthony.
Yeah,
that's my dude. That's my heart for her. So.
And you said she owns a hair salon.
Yeah, James.
What's the name
Beauty.
of the hair salon?
James Beauty. That's my sister's name.
Yeah.
So it's down at Elm Street.
Yeah.
If anybody sees this, want to check it out, you can check it out. But
now, shout out moms. So she seems like she was real tough too. She seems like a very tough,
for sure,
hardworking woman. She had to get on you sometimes?
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. Yeah, going up, yeah.
She had to get on you sometimes?
Right. Yeah.
She got you right.
Yeah,
and
Pops too.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Shout out Pops too.
Yeah.
So it's great that you said that, man, because again, like the journey of, like you said, your mom coming from a different country, coming here, and then just grinding and grinding and grinding. It basically made you not want to stop and continue with that path that you wanted to be in. Now we transition to college.
Yeah.
Washington College, man. Talk about your time there, man, playing there and being part of that style of play. Because again, you came from a different style of play during high school, jumping into college, man.
Yeah.
How did it feel? Before you answer that, as a freshman, jumping into college, man.
Oh no, I didn't start at. I started at junior college.
Junior. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about that first. Like stepping into junior college, man. What was your expectations for yourself with the game of basketball, and just overall, just as a human being, man? Just how did you feel like going into your first year of going into college, man?
Yeah, college was a journey.
What was the name of the junior college?
So I went to Community College of Beaver County.
Okay.
But that was down in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Actually, before that, I don't know if you know Bryant University down in Rhode Island.
Of course.
Yeah. So coming out of high school, I was in contact with them. I sent them my film. There was some interest there. We talked back and forth a little bit. And the coach was like, you can come in mid-season.
Yeah.
And kind of walk on the team and earn a scholarship. In the off season, like in the summer. Yeah. So I was like, cool. At the time, I didn't want to go Division III or nothing like that. So I was like, I'll take my chances. Yeah. So I sat out the first semester. Second semester, I went to Bryant, and I worked out with the team during the spring and all that. I did all that stuff, Division I program. So that was cool. And then coach got fired. Yeah, coach got fired like immediately after, so I never got a chance to actually even earn that scholarship. A new coach came in and just wiped out everybody. Oh. Yeah. So that's how the junior college came into play. One of my friends was at that junior college in Pittsburgh, CCBC. Yeah. And he reached out to me. He was like, "Yo, if you're not in school, look into CCBC. Like, we have a good program over here. A lot of kids, end up going Division I, Division II out of this school. So come take a look." Yeah. So I did. The coach liked me and stuff like that. I went and took a visit, played well at my visit, so they gave me a spot. And junior college is like, I'm sure you've heard about all the stuff. Of course. And JUCO, it's not for everybody. I will be honest. Not for everybody, no. But that was an experience. Yeah. That was an experience. Imagine just going to a school with 11 other guys, and not even 11. We had a 15-man roster. I think. 15, 14 other guys, and you're all trying to get the same thing. You're all trying to get a scholarship offer, and not all of you are gonna get it. Woo. But at the same time, you gotta be a team. Yeah. You gotta play together. You gotta sacrifice some things. Throw away the ego. Man. Yeah. So from day one, it was just battle. You know what I mean? Everyone trying to earn their spots. Right. And thankfully, I was able to lock in that point guard position for both years I was there. Right. So I was starting point guard. We had a really, really good team. Honestly, both years had really, really good teams, but we just couldn't put it together in terms of we had like championship winning teams, you know what I mean? Like or championship caliber teams, but we fall short in the playoffs because just a bunch of outside
things.
You know, and again, it's JUCO, so you can expect that.
Yep.
So first year JUCO it went well. Up and down year. We actually like upsetted one of the top teams in the country in the first round of the playoffs. Ended up going all the way to the Final Four. We lost in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Still had a good year, and then my second year I came back. I had a few interests from some schools and stuff like that. Had a decent season. I averaged probably 13 or so.
Okay.
Again, had a good team. You know how JUCO is. Everyone trying to. So I ended up getting I had 3 offers. I had 3 Division II offers.
Yep.
So I had Clarion was my first offer out of Pennsylvania. Then I had what was that other school called? I had Benedict.
Okay.
That was down in South Carolina, and I had St. Augustine. That was down in North Carolina.
Okay.
So 2 HBCUs and then a school in Pennsylvania, the PSAC.
Okay.
So when Clarion offered me like a week later, 2 other guards committed.
Yeah.
So they basically pulled the offer after that. So I was cool with that. I went on a visit to St. Augustine down in North Carolina. I had a terrible visit. Worst visit I've ever been on.
Why is that?
Just not even like the school. The school was alright, but just like from the travel.
Oh yeah.
I took a bus, like a 20-hour bus. That was just shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
When I got there, it just wasn't the right fit. I didn't feel like it was, you know what I mean? Just hearing things that I don't know. It didn't go well. So I was down to Benedict, and I actually was gonna go to Benedict. One of my friends was going there at the time, so our plan was to team up, and kind of just go from there.
Yeah.
Ended up not working out because of transcript issues. So now I'm just left with my associate's degree. I'm at home. My mom's asking me like, "What you about to do? Like, where you going?" Again, I got my associate's degree, but I'm like, "Damn, mom, like, I'm gonna have to get a job or something." Like,
Right.
It's looking dicey. Like, so then out of nowhere, Coach Begley came in the cut, and that's Washington College.
Yep.
And he probably has had the biggest impact in my life in like the shortest time.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And we actually go way back. When I was at Berwick, he coached at a school called Hyde School, and that was another prep school in Maine.
Yeah.
And we would play each other, and I used to kill his team. Like, I used to get his team to work.
Those are the best games, right?
I used to kill his team, but they used to get the better of us.
Okay.
I think we beat them. We might have beat them once.
Yeah.
But they beat us like 2-3 times in the 2 years that I was there. So he always had a good team, but he always liked me as a player.
Right.
And he recruited me after he was at Hyde. He recruited me to go to what school was it? St. Lawrence.
Yep.
He got a job at St. Lawrence out of New York.
Yep.
So he wanted me to go there with him, but at the time, ego and stuff like that. I was like, I don't want to go Division III, this, that, and the third. So I turned him down. Fast forward years later, he's the same guy. Like, hey, like you want to come mess with me still? Like, I still like you as a player, this, that, whatever. And like I said, I had nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I roll with him.
And that's important again. It's important again to see that. And speaking to the younger youth out here, man, you never know who's watching. You never know who's watching because your coach. You can play against a coach in AAU, high school, middle school. You just never know when a particular coach is watching you. It might take don't kill relationships, and it might take you a few years to understand that. Just like Paul said, and you said something interesting too, man. Not knowing again Division III. This is still competitive in Division III, and I think growing up, I know for me, I was always told, man, you always got to aim for Division I, or Division II. But Division III is weak. Division III is weak. You're gonna just waste your time. No,
some killers.
There's some killers out there in Division III. That their goal is they want to get to a particular level. They want to possibly get out of that. But man, there's been greats that coming out of Division III, man. Yeah. So that's interesting you say that, bro. Transitioning from Washington, man, talk more about it, man. How was your time there? Like how, any particular games that you remember that brought you to, in your mind, to understand, like, listen, man, I can really go. And was there a particular moment in time where you were like, all right, maybe this ain't the right time for me right now, but I'm gonna continue to push and push and push?
Oh, to answer your first question, first game of the season, We played against St. Mary's College
Yeah.
down in Maryland. And this is honestly my first NCAA game.
Yeah.
Think about it, because I was at JUCO.
Yeah.
And I didn't play at Bryant, so
Butterflies.
yeah, everything, all the
Yeah.
emotions,
Crowd.
But I'm ready, and credit to Coach Begley.
Yeah.
Because much like Coach Gibbs,
Yeah.
he was the same way. He instilled that confidence. Was like, go, like you're that guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go be a scorer. Go try to be all conference. Go try to be all American. But he also had that structure. You know, he's like, you know, be a team player at the same time.
Yeah.
Be a leader.
Balance it.
You know, balance it out. So going into that first game, I had the most confidence in the world because I knew I had a coach that was behind me. You know what I mean? So, man, I think I had 20 something, maybe like 24 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was one of those nights where you just now like everything's going in.
Wow.
You know, I might have missed like 4 shots that game.
Yeah.
And mind you, this is like a team that the year prior, or for years prior, they had a bad program.
Right.
So this is my coach's first year. This is his first year at that school and my first year as well, you know, at that school too.
Yeah.
So we're trying to just change the program around, you know, build up a new program. So that first game was like, oh man, like, you know, we might got something here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was a game that made me feel like, you know, I could play at this level, like I'm ready for this college stuff.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the season, I would say, humbled us. You know what I mean? We started off, what was it, 2-3-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
They were just running a skid. Because like I said, they had bad teams for like years and years and years. So 1 year is not just gonna change everything like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So my first year there and his first year there, we definitely struggled at times.
Yeah.
Struggled pretty bad at times. But that humbled us. And I always say that builds character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So going through that really showed me like what college basketball is all about.
Right.
Because you can be on the mountaintop one day,
and
then just be completely at the bottom, you know, weeks later. So I would say that it was that.
We've talked about it in the past, man. You know, and the reason why I'm bringing this up because you've actually openly talked about it with me personally. Can you, if you would like, talk about, you know, the situation you had during college, man, that opened your eyes a little bit more to, you know, life in general, man, because I think the game of basketball, it's a short span, right? You know, you only have a few more shots at certain things, certain moments, but if you feel comfortable, man, can you talk about, you know, the particular thing you went through in school, man, that opened your eyes up a little bit?
Yeah. So January 2024, second semester. You know that you went to college, right?
Yeah.
You know, our second semester when it's just the team on campus, everyone goes home. So it was just us and the girls team, and we had practice. And actually, the day before we had a game. It was one of our worst games.
Yeah.
And we played so bad. It just execution. We played like a zone defense.
Yeah.
We ran it like so terribly wrong. So coach was just like mad at us.
Pissed.
Right? He was pissed. And on the defense, like there's 2 guards at the top called top guards.
Yeah.
And it was me and, you know, my backcourt partner. His name was Zach.
Yeah.
We had a bad game. I'll say that too. We had a rough game.
Yeah.
So basically we knew in practice the next day he was gonna be honest, especially in film.
Yeah.
So I started off our film. He's honest, like, man, you know, in the right spot, this, that, and the third, you know, whatever. And then I'm taking it. I'm like, you know, I know where I messed up, this, that, whatever, right? So he wanted to start practice with a scrimmage this day.
Yeah.
So he was like, you know, we're gonna watch film hard, and get right to our problems right away. We're like, bet, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm like, bet, you know. And we called them rounds.
Yeah.
So he broke the half down in like 4-minute rounds.
Yeah.
So kind of like a boxing match.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right, we're gonna start practice with a 4-minute rounds, 4-minute scrimmage, and then after that, our practice was recorded, so he can get the film like right away.
Right away.
So he's like, we're gonna do the round, then we're gonna talk, break things down, and do that for the entire practice. So I was like, that's cool. Played the first round, 4 minutes. I feel fine.
Feel fine.
Nothing wrong. Like, you know, the whole day I felt fine. We played the first round. Then after we kind of get in the huddle, and he's like talking to us. You know, he's like, all right, you know, this is what I saw, this, that, whatever. And as he's talking, I just start feeling weird. Like, you know, what's going on? So I'm like, you know, it felt like someone's like grabbing my chest.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? everyone's talking, I'm not listening really. I'm kind of like kneeling over and standing up and kneeling and standing up. And then there's one point where like I kneeled, and when I like stood up for the last time, I just like blacked out and like collapsed on the ground. So I go down, everyone just surrounds me like, as a matter of fact, everyone first was like scared.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Then they all like come and surround me and stuff like that. And I was just like unresponsive for a little bit, you know, and then I would say like about a minute later, I kind of like woke up, realized what just happened, but I'm still like in a shock state.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole day's a blur.
Yeah.
But yeah, they called the ambulance. Obviously, came and took me to the hospital, and then you know everything happened after that. So.
And again, thank you for sharing that, bro. And again, that's why I felt comfortable bringing it up, because we've talked about it openly and stuff like that, man. You know, and I think also that explains why, man, like the type of person, the type of energy, the type of calmness that you bring. I think when we first met here at Pickup, man, going for the ref jobs, man. That's one of the things I noticed with you, man, how calm and collected you are, man. How quiet you are, but it's only that's the part that people probably, and correct me if I'm wrong, probably get confused with you, man. I think it's you show that because you only show it to people that who you really are, the people that you really know and you mess with. Once you're comfortable, and that's normal, obviously. But and my question for you is, that particular situation, man, that you went through, man, did it really, like, yes, at first it's scary, right? You have so many questions that you're asking yourself, like, or did you have that moment where you're like, my basketball career is over, I need to do this, I need to do that, or that didn't even cross your mind? You was just worried about, like, I gotta get healthy and just make sure I'm here for the most important people in my life.
Yeah, looking back at it, that's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Wow.
As crazy as it sounds, that was like probably the biggest blessing in disguise.
Wow. And
I say that because I was delusional when it came to this basketball thing. Like, as a little kid, you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to the NBA. Right. And as I started to get older and obviously started to see how the game was going, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to play professionally somewhere.
Right.
Not to say that I couldn't, but before that happened, like, my mind was just fixated on one thing, and it was like, I have to go pro. And honestly, I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I gotta make it in this thing, because basketball was just me. That's all I did. So one thing, that was the first time in my life where, like, I got a chance to really sit down and just like reevaluate everything. And I never did that before.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I really just like, because I was out for 6 months. I couldn't do anything athletically for 6 months, and that's all I did. All I did was hoop, workout, everything basketball, everything, lifting, whatever. So when
the whole routine,
when my whole life just got taken away from me, basically like that. And I had to just sit down and just face myself. Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? And that was it. I looked at everything like I looked at my situation with school, with basketball. I was 24 at the time, so like, when I entered junior college, I told myself, like, these next 4 years have to go perfectly if I want to go pro. That's what all the trainers told me, like, you need 4 good years, and I was like, I need 4 perfect years, a good resume, and I'm going professional after that. So I'm looking at things, I'm like, man, I'm 24 now, this happened, this just ruined my trajectory. I had to withdraw from school, so now that's pushing my graduation even more. So now I'm just thinking about all of these things, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, what next step am I gonna take in my life? Am I gonna keep trying to go with this thing, or? And that's how the whole agency thing came about. I don't know if you're gonna ask about that.
And that's what I was gonna ask you, man. Most hoopers don't even think about jumping into an agent. What made you? Again, you talked about what made you jump into that, but was that something in the back of your mind even before your situation, or was it just natural? It came right after the unfortunate situation that you went through?
So it's a little bit of both. It's funny, like, so I always, like, Rich Paul is someone that I always looked up to.
Shout out Rich Paul.
That's LeBron James' agent, my favorite player. So I always looked up to
We'll
him.
talk about your favorite player, LeBron James. We got a lot.
Yeah, we'll
we
talk
gotta
about
talk
that.
about him
We'll
real
talk-
quick. Yeah.
But yeah, I always just liked their relationship.
Yeah.
And I always was fond of Rich Paul.
Right.
And initially my goal was I wanted to play professionally and then use my connections as a pro
Yeah.
to then be an agent afterwards.
Right.
Which makes sense, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was my initial goal, but once that happened with my heart and stuff, and I was just home for all that time, I was just thinking like, you know, what does it actually take to be an agent? Like, should I look into it now or like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So then that's when I was just like, I'll do some research on it. I started looking into it, started researching different agents, and then the power of Instagram.
Yeah.
I just went on Instagram and was just finding a bunch of agents on Instagram,
Yeah.
just DMing them,
Wow.
and I was just like, hey, like, I just want to hear your story. That's
Yeah.
all I was saying. Like, I want to hear how you became an agent. I was telling them about me. Like, I told them quickly what happened with my situation and why I'm interested in them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, can I just like hear your story? Like, hear how you became an agent, what you did, like what you go through and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's one particular agent, shout out, his name is Gat Wall. Shout out to him.
That was.
He's a Sudanese agent as well. He's the first Sudanese agent. He likes to claim that. But he's one of the first ones to answer to my DM. And he was like, he just sent me his number. He's like, call me. I was like, oh, wow. Right? So I called him. And he was just like, man, like, you know, the fact that you're even like, you know, reaching out to me and trying to get on a phone call, that says enough that you know what I mean, have what it takes to get into this.
Yeah.
He just gave me the whole rundown. Like how to do it, how he did it. Mind you, he's my age. He's 26.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and he's like, no disrespect to him, but like he didn't play like, you know what I mean, at a high
Yeah.
level or nothing like that. Like he played in high school
Right.
a little bit, and then he didn't play in college. And he didn't even, I think he said he didn't even graduate college. He barely graduated high school.
Wow.
And was able to become a certified NBA agent.
Shout out to him.
Shout out him, yeah. All credit to him. So he told me his story, told me how he did it and stuff like that. And it was like, you know, if you want to do it, you know, just go ahead and do it. But this is what it takes.
Yeah.
And I was like, bet. And I just kind of ran with that.
Man, I remember when you posted that out of nowhere, and that's the thing what we talk about. You move in silence, and that just came out of nowhere when you posted it on Instagram. And
Yeah.
obviously, we built a relationship, man, working here, man, and just to see you when you posted that you're NBA agent, I looked at it, I'm like, when did this happen? When did this happen? And I gave you your flowers, man, for that, because that's major, man. And you never know where I'm not gonna say you never know. That's gonna take you everywhere you want to go with that, man. You built the relationships. You're gonna continue to build with players. You're gonna continue to build with different agents, man. I mean, I'm pushing for you to be one of the best agents out here, man.
I appreciate that.
If not the best, the top, and keep building, man. Keep grinding, because you probably experience it now, man. It's a grind, and it's very competitive, and it's a lot of pressure, a little bit, to make sure a particular player or players get to where they want to get to. You know what I mean? So that's shout out to you, bro. A couple more questions, man, before we get out of here, man. It's been a great interview. When did you have to create your space? So my question for you is, man, when did you have to, in your life, create your own space? It could be from like friends, particular family members, or just overall life experiences. Say for me, like, I have a wife and kid, right? There's certain things I have to, you know, create my own space from, so I can focus on them. So I can't be, for example, going with my friends every day, chilling with them, or hooping every day. I have to realize my time is important to my family. So that's what I mean by that. Like, when did you have to, you know, separate yourself just a bit, not change up, not be a whole different person, but just change up a bit to get to where you want to get to? Like, you're an agent. There were certain things you had to do to separate yourself a bit. Not change your whole being, but just separate yourself and get locked in on that particular thing. And you don't have to focus on just the agent part, just overall, like in your hooping career, man, like that takes some energy and time. You have to, like, you can be with your homies, but at your home, I'm sure you have homies that don't hoop like that, that you have to, like, understand, like, not separate them completely, just be like, I'm on this type of time. I got practice every day. I got film study every day. I gotta do certain things. So that's what I mean. It could even be here, man. Like, working here is a grind too. So just at what part in your life have you had to create your own space?
Okay.
Sorry if that was long,
No, I
but
get
you
you.
know.
I get you. Yeah. I would say like there's a few different moments
Yeah.
where I had to go through that. I would say in high school, I faced it from one going to prep school.
Yeah.
That was a new challenge, and having to adapt to a whole new environment.
Yeah.
I kind of had to, like you said, not necessarily change myself,
Yeah.
but kind of change my approach to things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Do things a little differently in order to stay in that environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and fit in. And then I saw it again when I was in college. You know what I mean? Especially junior college. Because I had to get my own apartment.
Yeah.
I had to live not on my own. I had 2 roommates, but the apartment was in my name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the responsibilities were in my name. I was the oldest player, you know, on the team really.
Right.
So I had to get a job, make sure I'm doing things to get the bills done, not going out when they go out to Pittsburgh and the city and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Having to sacrifice that stuff. So those moments helped me kind of separate or find that separation in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, of when to have to lock in or when to be able to have fun and
Be a
do
person.
stuff like,
Yeah.
be a person, stuff like that. And then on my way to being an agent, that grind to becoming an agent, it forces you to do that. Like you can't be an agent without going through that grind.
Right.
Once you apply, they give you like a year basically to study and do all this stuff. Not even a year, like 6-7 months.
Right.
And you have to that's when you gotta fully lock in.
Fully lock in.
You know what I mean? I wasn't doing nothing. I would wake up, study for 8 hours. For real. Study for 6, 7, 8 hours. Then I'll take a break, might go to work. After work, come home, look over my notes again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So putting off everything just to get that one thing that I need.
Yeah.
You know, it's always something that I was accustomed to, and I just saw it in different, moments in my life.
A lot of late nights, man.
Yeah,
a lot of late nights. Sleepless nights, I'm assuming, trying to study.
God, stressing.
And I'm sure that probably came natural for you because studying playbooks and stuff like that is probably easy for you. Man, that was great. That was a great
That was a good question.
answer, man.
Good question.
It wouldn't be right if we didn't talk about, we're here at Pickup USA, man, in Manchester, bro. How did that come about, man? And I want to shout out Brian and Brooke, the owners of this particular location at Pickup USA, man. I ref here. Me and Paul started off as refs here. Man, that was funny, right? Back in the training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just seems like it was 4 years ago, man, but that was
Crazy.
a year.
Crazy.
But talk about how did it come up with Pickup USA, man, as a ref, and you've become the best trainer here too. How did those particular steps? You're also a coach here at the YDL League 2. How did those particular steps at Pickup USA start for you?
Yeah, so I mean, first, shout out the entire staff.
Yeah.
Shout out Brooke, shout out Brian, shout out Tim. Shout out Roy too.
Roy.
Yeah, shout out all of them.
You don't get shout out enough.
Yeah,
shout out Roy.
all of them, man.
Yeah.
This place wouldn't be here without them. So.
Shout out Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson.
Shout out Mags.
Maggie, Jesse, all of them.
Yeah.
You know, those are all my people.
Yeah.
But this kind of just came out of nowhere. So while I was studying for my exam, for the agency exam, I wasn't working at the time.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of when I do become an agent, I'm gonna need I don't want a crazy 9 to 5 to where I can't still do my agency stuff. I want something calm, maybe something still around basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was just on Indeed one day, honestly, and I seen this, and I didn't think it was real because this place was new.
Right.
I never had this before. All of a sudden, I'm seeing this new basketball gym. I'm like, what? So I thought it was a scam, but I still applied. Then I get a message back from Brooke, I think Brooke or Brian. They're like, yeah, come see the place, and we'll talk to you about an interview, all that, whatever. I was like, all right, I'll go check it out.
Still sketchy.
Still sketchy a little bit, because again, we never had this. We're only a year in so far.
Yeah.
So I come and it's legit, but they're in the process of still
Right, it was constructions, everything. Yeah.
So then they're like, initially I just applied to be a ref. For the officiated adult games, and it was cool. They're like, yeah, we like you, we'll give you the job, whatever. And just like my same approach I take with basketball, with everything, I take with everything, right?
Yeah.
So that's just showing up, doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not trying to do too much, but not doing too little at the same time.
Right.
So I was just honestly, and people will call out here and there, and I'll pick up shifts, do little things like that. So that's how they started. They're like, okay, you go from ref to lead ref.
Right.
So I became lead ref, and that was cool. I was making a schedule and stuff like that. I felt a little more power.
Yeah.
And then honestly, training was not even in my in my like sights at all. I actually, honestly, like never thought about being a trainer growing up ever. Just the agency stuff, and that was it. And then we had a different trainer. I'm not gonna say his name, but we had another trainer. He was a cool guy, good guy.
Right.
He had some stuff going on, some personal stuff going on.
Yeah.
So one day he couldn't make it to his training.
Yeah.
And pretty sure it was Evie. If it was, shout out Evie.
Shout out Evie.
Yeah. So he couldn't make it to the training, and Brian was like, Evie has a session, and so and so is not here.
Yeah.
You think you can do the session?
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I guess I'll try. Like,
try.
I'm a basketball player. Like, it's just a workout. You know what I mean? So it was like cool. Worked her out. Loved it.
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, if we can just keep going with him, we'll keep going with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. So it started with that. And then she loved it. Ended up continuing to working with her, and then the word just started to spread.
Yeah.
More players started, liking me, and I just became a trainer.
Yeah.
And then I just took off from there, from trainer to manager, and then I just do everything, coaching, all that.
Yeah, you're definitely one of the best trainers here, man. If not the best, so it's great to hear that, man. Shout out again, shout out Brooke and Brian for allowing you to continue with that. We got 2 more questions for you, bro. What's next, man? What's the vision for you? What's for yourself, man? What's the goal here for you, man? Are you continuing to just grind with your agency? I know we talked about it offline here, man, but you're about to travel again. So what's your goals, man, for yourself?
Well, honestly, like I'm in a place where I feel stability. You know what I mean? I don't have any sights of working any other place else. I have my career basically set with my agency stuff and my stuff that I'm doing here. So it's really just taking off with this thing and seeing how far I can go with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's signing as many players, NBA, international players as I can. That's getting as many training or players that I'm training, getting them to wherever they can go. Working here, trying to maybe, run this whole thing one day once Brian is, you know what I mean? So just continuing to just elevate and grow within this business and within my agency stuff. I want to start my own agency eventually one day. I work for Next Gen Sports out of Atlanta. Yeah. Shout out to her. She gave me my first agency job, so I still work for her. Yeah. But one day I want to start my own thing, start my own big agency. Yeah. Maybe even open up my own Pickup USA, stuff like that. So
we don't have time, but I'll let you slide this time. We'll probably hope we get it. Top 5 NBA players of all time in your list. Now, if I make a face, I just don't want you to react. I'm just gonna make a face. All right.
That's a good question.
Because I know who's number 1 for you, but I'm just going. And it's not because I don't like the person you're gonna name. He's one of the greatest. But go ahead.
This is tough. All right, I'm going positionless.
All right, positionless. Yeah.
Going positionless. All right, you got Bron, of course. Bron, Jordan.
You put Jordan. All right, let me stop. Go ahead.
Bron, Jordan. I gotta put Steph in there.
Shout out Steph.
He's the greatest shooter we've ever seen.
All time.
You know what I mean? Got to.
Yep.
This is where it gets dicey. I think I gotta put Shaq. Shout out to Wilt. Shout out Kareem. Shout out all those guys.
But Shaq's the most dominant player.
And I grew up
center.
And I grew up watching Shaq. Before those guys. So is that 4?
I think that. So you have Steph, LeBron, Jordan. So you got 2 more.
Steph, LeBron.
Oh, Shaq. You got Shaq. Jordan. Yeah. So you got 4. So 1 more.
Man, this is where all right. I'm not gonna lie. I love Cole, but I have to put him at 6 or 7, just because.
6, 7.
No pun intended. Just because Jordan's in that top 5. So.
Wait, I just noticed. Did you put Jordan in the list?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
So
I'll let you slide then. I'll let you slide.
That last spot, I might have to give it to Duncan.
Duncan?
I might have to give it to Duncan.
So we got Duncan, Shaq, Curry, Jordan, Bron.
Between Duncan and what's his name? Between Duncan and Magic.
And Magic?
Yeah.
I like that. It's solid. I would,
I'll give you a cool 7.
LeBron number 1. Shout out LeBron.
Number 1 for sure.
Yeah,
and
but we can argue about that.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie. It's disrespectful you don't got Kobe in the top 5.
The list is fluid. It's fluid.
It's fluid.
It's fluid. Because Steph might not be in there. You could maybe put Kobe, but Steph.
Well, Man, Paul, it's been great, bro. This was a great time, bro. I appreciate you for coming on with your time and having you know, talk about your journey through life, through the game of ball, through your agency, through training here at Pickup USA. It's been a pleasure, bro. We're gonna continue to watch you grow. I'm gonna continue to watch you grow because I support you, bro, and everything you do. And yeah, till next time, bro. We're gonna make this.
I appreciate
continue
you, man.
this. Yeah, no
Peace
doubt.
and blessings, and
Yes,
I wish
sir.
you the best, bro.
Yes,
For
sir,
real.
dog. No doubt, no doubt.
Yep.
We out again. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of Create the Space podcast. Again, I'm your host, Charles McCray. We had a great time. Hope you guys did. Until next time. Peace. This episode is brought to you by Pickup USA Fitness.